8:41. Well, tomorrow is Election Day, and that means people are going out to vote. Hopefully, we want you all to join in that. There's one very hotly contested issue. It's issue 6. I'm sure you've seen the signs in lawns all across your area. It's the Columbus Zoo Levy. Now, if it passes, it would replace a 10-year 0.75 mil levy with a 1.25 mil levy. This new tax would be permanent. It would cost homeowners $44 a year for every $100,000 of property value. So with me, John Kulowitz, you are the Columbus Zoo Levy co-chair.
Right.
And Michael Gonadakis. I was worried about pronouncing their names. You're here from Citizens for Responsible Taxation. This is an issue. I mean, you can't drive anywhere without seeing signs. And, you know, neighbors, one will have yes on issue 6, one will have no on issue 6. Let's start with you. Why do you think this is something that's gotten people so riled up?
Well, it's because we've got a real tiger by the tail, and tomorrow the tiger will tell us what's on its mind. There are two things that people ought to remember tomorrow. Number one, like every zoo levy since 1985, this is a very small levy, 0.8% of our overall property tax bill. Adoption of the levy would cause only 43 cents more per week for the owner of a $100,000 home. And secondly, even the most clever bonobo at the Columbus Zoo is in awe of what this outside special interest group from Washington, D.C., with deep pockets and extreme views, has done. They've come into town and tried to, quote-unquote, educate us about the zoo levy. They're making wild exaggerations of fact. And if anybody has any doubt about how to vote tomorrow, they should use their vote to tell the outside group that this is our zoo, the Columbus Zoo is our zoo, we built it, and we're going to keep it that way.
But the bottom line is this means that people will be paying more than what they paid before. And I think of what we've seen from elections in the past, people are kind of sick of paying. Is that where you guys are standing from? And the difference between, I've heard a lot of people talk about the difference between wanting something and needing something.
Exactly right. First and foremost, the Gonadakis family are card-carrying members of the zoo. We love the zoo. This isn't about Jack Hanna or
Let me
polar
see if
bears.
that's real.
It's real. It's our zoo pass.
All right.
And but it's not about the zoo. We love it. Everyone should continue to go. But what they're trying to do is raise our zoo taxes 66% on the millage permanently. That's just a luxury we can't afford for a third zoo downtown. We have an 18% poverty rate in Franklin County. 23% of homeowners are underwater in their mortgage. That's 100,000 homes that owe more than what their value of their property actually is. So what we're saying is let's sit down and have a conversation about priorities right now. We just don't need a third zoo. We have the world's best zoo right now. They don't need more money. They're in the black. They have millions of dollars of cash on hand available. They don't need more of our taxes.
Now wait, I do need to correct that, though, because the millions of dollars of cash on hand is to pay for the Heart of Africa exhibit, which is just about to open next month. And it's very important for people to remember that what we're going to do with this, you know, the one voice that gets left out of all this is the animals. We have gorillas that have lived in the same place for 60 years now. They need a new home. A new indoor aquarium for our fish. We have a North America exhibit that's 30 years old, needs to be renovated. A new animal hospital, a Franklin County facility.
I mean, certainly there are many things to pay for, but do you think a part of the problem that maybe some people are having, because a lot of people just support it and say yes, whatever the zoo needs, because it does bring not only job creation,
$238 million of jobs.
But it brings, you know, this is our gem of Columbus. It kind of puts us on a map in a very major way. However, the permanency of it, is this something that went back and forth as far as should we make it permanent, should we not? I mean, is there any way after this is passed, if it does, that voters can say, we change our minds?
Yes, what the General Assembly giveth, the General Assembly can taketh away. And we talked about that for a long time, but what a continuing levy does is it gives us the ability to plan for the long-term future. We have the fastest growing county in Ohio right now, the fastest growing need for recreation and education. We've got to get ahead of that and keep up with it. So that's what's, and it allows us to finance these exhibits at a lot cheaper rate, just like a long-term mortgage is cheaper than a short-term mortgage. Sure.
When was the last time the government came to you and said, hey, you're paying too much in taxes, we're going to lower your taxes? It doesn't happen. Here are the facts. The zoo is located in Delaware County. Why don't we just ask our friends in Delaware County to pitch in? They pay zero in property taxes.
How come that is?
They should help,
because they do help. They provide fire, emergency medical service, and security. They pay $7.5 million more in property taxes because we get to put our zoo up there.
Tied to the zoo?
Yes, exactly, because the zoo is 580 acres, which they can't tax in Delaware County. So to pay the bills of Delaware County,
you're saying that
everybody else is, the people in Delaware County would say, wait a minute, I'm paying $7.5 million more in taxes because you put the zoo here. Why don't you put the zoo in Franklin County? It's a net benefit to us in Franklin County to be able to put, in essence, our garage in our neighbor's backyard. backyard, which is exactly what we've been able to do with the Columbus Zoo. We have the most affordable and the best zoo in the nation. This levy will help us keep it that way. And for Franklin County, not only does it put us on the map, but it means $238 million in jobs and job-related income. Just look at what's going on.
I think it's only fair that I get you to the last word, because I'm getting a rap in my ear from the producer, but since you started, we'll let you finish.
Thank you. It's an equity issue. We all love the zoo. It is the #1 in the world, but let's have more people than just Franklin County homeowners pay for it. Let's get Delaware County, Union County, and others. Let's do a regional tax, and if we need to expand and build a third zoo downtown, if they can make the case for it, then we'll do that. But right now, it's too much for Franklin County.
And let's do that, and in the meantime, not let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Let's vote for the Zoo Levy in issue 6. Thank you.
Hey, he was supposed to have the last word.
Well,
all
go
right.
ahead now.
Anyway, we want you to go out. You actually get the last word, so you vote. For more on both sides of the issue, we want you to be educated before you go out there and vote. Issue 6, go to our website, myfox28columbus.com, click on news links, and we will be right back. Thanks, gentlemen.